So yeah, Brandy wrote a book. A good book. I read it yesterday. It's a good book, good memoir.
You read the whole shit?
How many pages was it?
Y'all trolling me. I'm glad everybody heard that. I'm glad we all heard that the same way.
Read the whole book in one day.
I read 5 books a week.
I know.
That's you. I gotta
Yo, a monster.
I'm a lead. Yo, if y'all keep this up, I'm walking smooth out of here. Are we just letting this fly?
What?
We don't read, so we can't.
You think he lying?
No, I need to hear about the rest of his day. Did you do anything else? Did you piss? Oh my! How many pages is the book?
So in
He
fairness,
said a couple hundred. That's why I asked him.
in fairness, because
Big font, right?
memoirs I tend to do a lot more, especially pop memoirs. I tend to do audiobooks to mix it up. So I woke up. I have it on Kindle. I also have it on. I always buy the paperback because I'm a bookseller.
Sure.
So make sure you support your local independent bookstore.
Indeed.
Read the book, did the Kindle, and then as I drove, I can get a couple chapters off in the car, and it's actually better because when it's the artist in their voice.
Oh, she read it.
Yeah,
If it's in their voices.
yeah,
better.
it's great. You hear like Eve's biography was great like that too. You get to hear the whole story in her. You know what I mean?
Especially the ones with nice
Does
voices,
that count
right?
as reading a book if you hear the audio version of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I tend to split. I rarely read a whole book audio. I tend to consume just.
I try.
Yeah, and some of it is for time because I do a lot of book interviews. So a lot of times, like before I interview somebody, I want to read their whole book.
got it.
Sure.
So like, and my bookstore's in Philly, so a lot of time out on the ride down, I'll finish the book driving.
Got it. We got it.
So anyway, it was a good book. Y'all should support Brandy, support the
Indeed.
book, and the journalists who helped write it.
Nah, this is
We get our off today.
Nah, this is funny.
we get our shit off
niggas
today.
getting some
Most
This
offensive
is
show
bad.
we've ever done.
It's up there.
This is
Top 3 for sure.
This is up there.
Crazy, son.
Anywho, tell us the
So
highlights
anyway,
of the book.
I mean, it's. I think the thing that everybody's talking about right now, and she talks about her journey through stardom, life, some highs, some lows, some things missing. I would have liked to hear more
Shine.
about. Yeah, you know, she also didn't mention, for example, she didn't mention her Kobe experiences, which she said she intentionally left out because of his death and things like that. So there are things I want to hear more about. That said, she did talk about her relationship with Boyz II Men singer Wanya Mars. Wanya, is that his name Mars? Yeah,
That's his name.
And
who ain't dead, but she trying to kill him.
Oh, she was tearing them up in there?
She talks about their. I mean, she is reflecting on their relationship,
That's
which
never good.
which has been rumored about for years. When Wanya has talked about it in the past, he's talked about it as a relationship that was positive, that her parents knew about, that he met when she was younger, but then they kind of, in his language, consummated it when they were older. He didn't say consummated, but they had sex when she was a little bit older.
Okay.
There's a very famous Breakfast Club interview where, you know, they're talking about it. We'll get back to that. Brandy told a different story in the book. She says she was 15 when they started dating. It's still not clear when they had sex, but 16 would be the oldest.
How old was he?
22.
Oh, what the fuck?
22. So that's part. And she says they were sneaking around. Her parents didn't know. She was
Initially.
she's basically saying when they were in a relationship, her parents didn't know. She also says that he became more and more controlling. That she was in love, and you know, he was manipulating the situation. She eventually caught him with another woman, and they broke it off. But she basically is saying in retrospect, he was. I'm summarizing here, but basically like he was too old to be in that kind of a dynamic. He should have known better, even
He
when
was
she
mentally
didn't.
manipulating.
Yeah,
her at a young
even
age.
when she didn't know, even when she didn't know better, he should have. And that's the gist of it. It gets a little bit uglier in the public because after the press releases came out and the stories came out from this book, that Breakfast Club interview resurfaces, and it's kind of gross. It's kind of gross. The have y'all heard it?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I have.
Or I have maybe and don't remember it.
It's worth it. Listen to this.
And you had a celebrity relationship. Were you the only one that was ever involved with a celebrity?
Wanya was banging Brandy.
He left a lonely, broken heart.
Yeah, bro. No, I didn't actually leave.
He was teaching Reggae how to do videos.
That's why they called you Squirt.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, Brandy, you just sent her behind the music that you broke her heart because you fell in love with somebody else.
I mean, you only fall in love with somebody. You only fall out of love with somebody else if somebody makes you fall out of love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if that was the situation, if that's what she said, then
That's political. I like that.
I can't contest to her view about it. I can just only live by my view.
Revolt.
They were saying she was really young when y'all did.
Yeah, she was. Not that young. Not
this
young.
baby.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I stopped it. Hold on. But that's why I stopped it and said that she wasn't that young, because I don't want y'all to think Boys to Men was young. No.
She said
I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time. You know.
So you was still a boy too.
I wasn't old.
You
I
wasn't
wasn't
too many
like
yet, you was
38
boys.
years old and nothing like that. I was old enough to. She was old enough to get it.
Was it legal in the state y'all was in?
I mean, we was always in different states.
Jeez. Oh my God.
No bad
You know what I'm
relationship.
saying? We just, we didn't do it in the states that it was legal. It was illegal in.
Nice.
Oh my God.
No. It was, you know what I mean? It was a time. It was a relationship. It grew and it ungrew. I guess you could say that.
Squirted and unsquirted.
Squirted and unsquirted. I like that.
Yeah, that's all
put him on that list.
Okay.
That offender list.
Yikes.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
Yeah. I'm kind of speechless. That's
see-
nasty. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like there's just no way to.
It's nothing.
It's awful. That interview was now obviously this interview was before the Brandy stuff came out, and no one really. I mean, no, some people thought it was gross back then.
They did.
Yeah, we always speculated that they were involved in some capacity.
Yeah, and like I knew they were. You know what I mean?
I remember when they were dating. That's the only thing that kind of tripped me up, because it was widespread when they were dating.
Yeah, it wasn't really.
So
a
I don't
secret.
understand how you could say, yo, we were sneaking around, because I wasn't industry related or affiliated, and I remember when they were dating.
Well, so they did when Broken Heart came out. The Soul Power remix came out a little bit later, and that's when Wanya was on it. And some people back then, if you did a duet with somebody, people assumed you were dating. Right. So I think there was a way almost you could hide in plain sight.
No, they were dating. They used to be outside together and shit like that. I mean, it still don't remotely exonerate him for what he did, but
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the pushbacks is
your parents knew.
Your parents knew, and her parents were so
industry in. Your mother was your manager and all of that stuff.
Right.
So,
it's hard for her. It's hard to believe that she didn't know. And then maybe she's protecting her parents. There's a lot of what Wanya did was unacceptable, indefensible.
That's it. Yeah.
There is a room for a conversation about the parents and all those other things that I just don't know enough about their business to know. I know Brandy's version of it. Other people have different takes on it. One other thing that Brandy said in the book, as I'm remembering, is when she met him, he would call her to give advice. He almost positioned himself like a mentor. So one of the things that's been coming up is the
G word.
Yeah, the G word.
Yep,
grooming
it's there.
language. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
what it sounds like.
grooming.
Yeah, that's all bad.
Yeah, so
that's all bad.
That's all part of the conversation.
And of course, he hasn't responded or said anything.
Not a word. In fact, he's removed comments on all of his IG
That's
posts.
how it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disable the comments.
You gonna drop this news while I'm on tour? God damn.
Oh yeah, they on tour.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
They might drop the tour.
Damn.
Neutral button.